Good morning and welcome back. Today we're going to be doing the 5th of December, having a bit of a moment. So let me just see what we've got behind here. So behind here we have got the stuffed pasta. If it would focus itself, that would be good. There we go, stuffed pasta. So that's what we're going to be making today. Very, very excited. So let me just grab that bag. I've got them all that side. Yeah. So this is the one we're doing today. So I'm just going to pan you down. Like so. There we go. Okay. So these are our pasta shells. This is what we're going to be doing. I am going to be doing something slightly different because I have watched people do this. And, well, let me just show you first and then I'll explain. So this is everything that you get with it. It came in a bag because I got it as part of a bulk order from a friend of mine online. And there was too many to do capsules, so that's what we did. So we've got, these are all the different types of pasta. Really cute, love that. We have got, because this is a import from America, we have got the QR code for the game app. Apparently there's been quite a lot of problems with it, so I won't be showing you me adding that personally. We have then got some pepper. Focus. Okay. Some pepper. Very cute. We've got some, I'm guessing, basil leaves. We have got some tomato sauce. It's like a passata by the looks of it. We've got the pasta shells for filling. Grandma approved. Yum! And there's your mini stuff. I'll just leave that there in case you want to pause and have a read of that. Okay. And then we have, I've seen this paper before. We have a little skillet. I think it's the same as the one that we got in the Hershey's kit. I know I haven't done the Hershey's kit yet. Don't worry, I have plans. But yeah, I think it's this, it looks like the same one we got for that. Very cute, very lovely detail. And now this is the thing that I'm saying I may have to, well no, I am going to change up a little bit. So I've seen people do these, and this is the ricotta cheese with herbs. Happy Sun Creamery. You know, just a little tub. But when you open it up, it looks really nice. It looks a bit like herby mashed potato, but it's kinetic sand. Now, that's not going to cure at all. And there's no offense to anybody that has got a video out there, but none of the videos that I've seen, I think are the way I'd want to do it personally. So I've been racking my brains and thinking about what I'm going to do, and I realise I've got lots of this Sunny Days sugar frosting left over. And it's quite translucent. It's more sort of, there's a slight cloudiness to it, but it's basically clear, but it's quite thick. So I thought if I get my ice cream scoop, and I get some of this, and I get some of this, and I mix it together, I should be able to fill the pasta shells really well, and they'll cure because they'll be mixed in, so you'll still get this effect, but it'll cure. This is my idea anyway. So this is everything that we got in the pack. I don't know where the fork went. I think I might have put it away already, but I'm not sure. Anyway, so this is everything that we got in the pack, and this is what it says to do. So it says to put some of the sauce and some of the pepper into the skillet and mix that up, fill the pasta shells, pop them in, and then pop a garnish on top, and then cure it. I personally don't think that's going to work, as I say. So I'm going to forego this step first. I'm going to put the sauce and the pepper in there and give it a mixy. And then I'm going to put that to one side. And then I'm going to try my little mixture idea. Let me just grab my Haribo silicone bowl and something to mix. One moment. Okay, so I'm back. Got my little mixing bowl. I've got my little spatula. So that will put that to one side. I'm going to use that. So for this step, I'm just going to take the tape off of the sauce. Come on, you. Okay. Put that to one side. We've got a nice little seal on top here, which is very rare for Miniverse. Love that, thank you. Okay, looks a bit like strawberry jam. It's very nice. So, I'm just going to put a healthy dollop, yes, that is the professional term, of this into the skillet. Like that. Nice healthy amount. Pop the lid on, and I'm going to leave that upside down just in case I need some more. Then I'm going to get my pepper. I'm just going to add a little bit of that. We're not going to have a repeat of the macaroni cheese, I promise. I am only going to add a fairly small amount. I want it to be visible, but I don't want it to be overpoweringly so. So I feel like that's probably going to be the right amount. I'm just going to use my spatula, just give that a bit of a mix. Make sure all of that pepper is combined. And just coat the bottom of the dish. I'm not trying to be massively accurate with it. I'm just trying to get a good solid coating on the bottom there. Like that. Just making sure it's all the way around and it's in all of the parts. Now, because the skillet is black and the sauce is quite see-through, it's not all that visible. It looks good on the camera, but in real life it's not that visible. So what I'm going to do is use my torch now and just give that a quick cure. There's some bubbles in there. Let me just get rid of those while that's doing its... No, that's already cured it. Darn it. That's okay. Look at that glow. I wonder if I can... One second. Isn't that cool? So yeah, I'm just going to cure this. I have cured some bubbles into it by accident because, you know, bit of a moron today, not going to lie. But once I've cured it fully with the lamp, I'm going to, or the torch rather, I'm going to grab some more of that, grab some more of the pepper and do another coat. And I'm hoping that that will sort of cover some of the darkness of the skillets. And then that one I'm not going to cure because the pasta shells are going to go into that bit to make it look more accurate. Let me just double check the curedness of this. Yeah, near enough fully there. So I'm just going to pop that to one side like that. Okay, and then we're just going to get these shells out and just see what we're working with because I've not physically held these. So I'm not 100% sure what we're actually working with here. Oh, you get quite a few. My goodness. Apologies, I have cut my finger quite badly. I'm trying to make a Secret Santa gift at the moment for one of my work colleagues. I know she doesn't watch this channel. I know that she's probably never going to see this channel, so I don't mind mentioning that. But yeah, we were doing a sustainability Secret Santa this year, so everything has to be either handmade, thrifted, or repurposed. So I thought I will make something from scratch. So I've made her like a really cool thing. I'm not going to go into details just in case she does happen to be watching this one day. But yeah, very, very cool. Very happy. But I have cut myself. So there's that. Right, so let's see how many pastel shells we get. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it shows 5 in the picture. So I'm just going to choose the ones I think are the best. So that one's quite narrow. That's going to be a pig to fill. So I'm going to put that one back. That's very open. That's a good one. That's very open. That's a good one. That's quite narrow. That's quite open. Yeah, so I'll do those 5. So these ones can go back into the little box, which can go in my all-you-can-eat display in the back there, which I love. You probably noticed if you saw it at the start of this video that I have rather filled it more since last time you saw, and I have got my Miniverse kitchen over there as well now, so it's all sort of all together, which we like. Right, I think that's probably been under there for long enough now. Yeah. So now I'm going to take more of this, do another healthy glob, again, technical term. It's like a blob, but more, just more. Oh dear. You can tell it's Friday, can't you? Okay, so definitely done with that, so I'll go to one side. So I'm just going to spread that a little bit as is. Try and get some of those bubbles out now, because this is obviously going to be the top layer. I'm not so bothered about the bubbles that we ended up with on the previous layer, because obviously they're not going to be seen. As long as I make sure that the resin fills them, it's not going to be an issue. But this layer does need to be bubble free. So let's just get that spread out like that. I'm just going to leave that for a second to self-level and check for bubbles, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've left that for a few minutes. I can't see any bubbles other than the ones that are underneath. Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. So yeah, that should be pretty good. So I'm just going to add a little bit more of the pepper over the top. Like that. And then I'm just going to gently mix that in so we don't create bubbles. And then see how I feel it looks once I've done that. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. The colour is not great on camera, I've just noticed. It looks quite brown, but in real life it's very red. It's this colour. But I think the mixture of the black background with the red sauce has made it look a bit brown on camera. So I do apologise for that. So I'm just going to leave my spatula on the side there, like that. And then, actually no I'm not, I'm going to go and clean my spatula. I'll be right back. Okay, that's all done now. So now I'm going to take some of this frosting. I'm going to pop that into there. And then I had the fun idea, I'm just going to put a little bit of this in there as well. Just a tad, not a lot, just a tiny little touch. And then put some of the kinetic sand in there as well. I don't know how much of each of these we're going to need, because obviously I'm going against the grain with the kits. This is not how they intended it. So I don't know. I don't know how this is going to end up, but I'll just put that in there for now, see how we go. So I'm just going to mix that all up. Now what I'm hoping for is something quite thick and sticky, which I feel like I've got instantly. It's grainy the way it's supposed to be because it's supposed to be ricotta cheese, but it's also sticky and like forming a ball, which is very good actually. Okay, yes, I'm quite happy with that. So I'm going to get some more of this frosting, mix it until it becomes the consistency I want, and then just keep doing that till I've got enough of the mixture at the right consistency to be happy to fill the shells. So I'm just going to add that much of a glob for now, give that a thorough mix. Okay. Yeah, see, that's quite a nice mixture, but I think it's a bit too wet now. So back to the kinetic sand. I'll put some more of that in there. Okay. And then back in with the spatula. Mix that all through. I just want, as I say, I want a mixture that's still grainy and thick, but not, but obviously it to actually work. So I think what I'm going to do is leave it at that, try that in the shells, and then I might just pop a little bit of the kinetic sand on top, just to, because the colour has changed, as you can probably see. This is more like a mint sorbet colour, because I'm guessing whatever this green is that they've used for the herbs has dissolved in the resin, which is probably why they tell you to do it this way. But I'm just going to take that much. That's way too much. Okay, so I'm going to take that much with my spatula, pop the corner in first and just scrape that in like this. Pop that down into there. Okay. And then take a tiny bit of the kinetic sand and just press that in on top like that. What do we think? I think it looks good actually. So I'm just going to have a quick experiment and see if that actually cures, and then cry if it doesn't. Ha ha. Now I'm sure I can work out an alternative if it doesn't, but this lamp, as I've said before, is absolutely incredible, this torch. If it can't get through this, there's nothing that can. frankly. I don't know how I wish that they'd done this, to be honest with you, because I don't really see another solution. Maybe white clay would be good, like that. That clay stuff that you get with the all from scratch series and stuff, and the Gudetama would be quite good, I feel, if it was in the right shade. So let's just keep that on there another sort of 10 seconds. Oh, sorry, I've got hiccups. And then I'll see if that's worked. If it has, it's going in the skillet. If it hasn't, I'm going to go back to the drawing board. Okay. Are you... Oh my goodness. It's cured. It's rock solid. The kinetic sand on top has a really nice texture to it, but it's not going anywhere. Oh my goodness. I found a solution, guys. So I'm just going to pop this one into the sauce like that. I'm just going to repeat that process another 4 times and I'll be right back. Okay, so they're all done and cured and now placed into the skillet. I think they've turned out really nicely. Some of them want to turn, so I am going to have to get this cured pretty darn quickly. But yeah, I think they've gone quite nicely. And I'm just going to grab a piece of garnish, pop that in the middle. Eek. Come on, you. Oh, okay, so they are individual leaves. Oh no, we have some that are 2s. So I'm going to do a 2 and a 1, I think, like that. Make sure So I'm just going to push these from the outside in to make a nice tight little rows there in the middle. And then I'm going to pop a little bit of the resin from the lid onto the backs of the leaves, just so I can position it where I want it, like that, maybe, I'm not sure. Let's put some more of that on there actually. Okay. Again, do not do what I'm doing, but I'm using the back of my nail to scoop some of the resin out of the lid, like that, and then just popping that on the back in a nice even line. And then getting that to where I want it to go, like that. Constantly having to manipulate these because they, as I say, they keep rolling round, which is annoying. And then get the resin to the opening here. Going to get it, squeeze it so it's just at the neck of the bottle. Dip that in and then pop it in there. I think that will work out much better than anything else I could do. Yeah. There we go. So I just scooped a little bit of that out. Pop that in there like that. And then one more little leaf. And again, I'm going to scoop some of that resin out from the neck of the bottle. And then pop that into the other side like that. That might be a bit too much leaf, but I do not care. I like it. That's how much garnish I would like if I was to eat this. It does sound like a lovely dish, to be honest. Mixes a lot of things I like. So there you are. I'm just going to give that a cure. Move my pot of resin out the way first. Just fasten that all into place. And then that mix, goodness gracious me, that make is done, which will be good. Okay, so now that I'm convinced that that's cured enough to do this, I'm going to pop that upside down onto the lamp so I've got hands free so I can tidy up. Oh no. Some of the bits were in the lid. That's not good, is it now? Some of the bits of pepper were in the lid still, so when I put the lid on, they all popped out. But that's okay. So I'll try that again. There we are. Push these little tabs back down, pop that over there with my partially used ingredients. Pop the lid on my sauce. And again, that can go with the partially used. Now I did mix way too much of this. I've got loads left over, so I'm going to do something with it. I'm not sure quite what yet, but I'm going to do something with it. So I'll leave that to one side to do something with in the future. How are we doing? Looking pretty good. I'm just going to do the same thing, but with that downwards onto it. I'm just going to leave that for a minute. I wouldn't normally leave it for that long, but because of the amount of layers there are in there, I just want to leave that for 60 seconds and I'll be right back. Actually, just while that's doing its thing, I'm just going to open this just to show you what it's like in there. I've not actually opened one of these before either, so this is exciting for us all. As I say, if you buy these kits in the UK, you will not get this little card. I was watching a lot of American YouTubers unboxing these, and I was like, oh, can't wait to get mine and get that little card. It looks so cool. I downloaded the game. Couldn't do much with it because I didn't have any of the recipe cards, and then found out that they don't give you the recipe cards in the UK. So, Miniverse Make It Mini Diner, Toy Tap, and then we've got the stuffed pasta shells, and you can kind of feel it's a bit more dense in the middle, so I'm guessing that's like a little chip that when you tap it against your phone while you're in the game, it will add that to your game. So that's something that you can have in the game to make, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so it says just download free game. You can use that QR code to download it if you want. I just found it nice and easily in the game store on my phone, and then scan recipe card to unlock game content, and that's it. Easy as that. Right, I feel like that's probably done now. Yep, so we're nice and firm. Everything's good. I think it looks really nice because of the way that I did the pasta shells with squishing them into the middle and stuff. It has, some of the resin has gone up the edges, so it's all really firmly in there. That is not coming out for anybody. And it's gone really nice. I really like the way that the ricotta has turned out. What do you think? Is this something that you might try with this kit? Or are you going to just try doing it the way that they tell you to and hope for the best? It is up to you. So that is on our dinner plate now, on its little placemat. I really hope you enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed making it. And I will see you on the 6th of December for the next one. Thanks, bye.